other people as well, right? The farmers, if they get too much rain, it could be a problem for them. It could ruin all of their vegetations. And for the people who are in need of water, it's a rahmah for them. Like in Australia right now, if rain came down in those fires, it would be a great rahmah and mercy, right? I think today I saw one of those koala bears was licking rainwater from the floor. It was so dry, it drained after a week or something, or a very long time. And so similarly, in that same topic, Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, يُقَلِّبُ اللَّهُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارِ. Right? Allah alternates between slowly the day is overpowering the night. That's why the day is getting longer and longer. So this happens because of the... So Abu Hanifa, he purposely delayed and he went late. So when he got there late, the atheist asked him that, how come you're late? You're Imam A'lam, you're supposed to be on time, punctual. So he says, I was waiting for the tree to break down and for the wood to become pieces, planks of wood. And then I was waiting for the planks of wood to come together and become a boat. And I was just waiting for that whole process. And then I got on the boat and I came here. It took some time because of that. So he said, are you crazy? How is this tree going to come down and become a boat and all this? What are you saying nonsense stuff? So he said, if you cannot understand that, if it's hard for you to digest that and think that that's impossible, then why do you think that the whole entire universe, the stars, the moon, the sun, and the tilting of the earth, how is that so possible? You think this is hard and this can't be done? How about, all the creations around you and the sun and the moon and all of these things that you see, right? So everything that we see around us is a miracle, is a sign of Allah, the existence of Allah Azza wa Jalla, right? So the day and the night, يُقَلِّبُ اللَّهُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَعِبْرَةً لِأُولِي الْأَبْصَارِ وَاللَّهُ خَلَقَ كُلَّ دَابَّةٍ مِّن مَّاءٍ. Allah has created every creature from water. كُلَّ دَابَّةٍ مِّن مَّاءٍ. Every creature from water. This is science 101, right? Water is the basis of the foundation of life. Wherever scientists go, whether it's Mars or any new planet they venture into, to look for signs of life, the first thing to look for is water, if there's water there, right? So Allah has created everything from water. Everything that we see, us, animals, trees, etc. But not angels and jinns. They aren't created from water, they're created from other things. So from these creations, فَمِنْهُمْ مَن يَمْشِي عَلَى بَطْنِهِ. There are some that walk on their bellies, like snakes. They don't have legs or anything, caterpillars, and some other things perhaps, that walk on their bellies, different creations. وَمِنْهُمْ مَن يَمْشِي عَلَى رِجْلَيْنِ. And there are those that walk on two legs, رِجْلَيْنِ. Human beings, monkeys, kangaroos, right? Anything else you can think of. وَمِنْهُمْ مَن يَمْشِي عَلَى أَرْبَعٍ. And then there are those that walk on four legs. Cows, camels, lions, all these things, right? These are just different variations of the creation of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Just some of the things you see. But deep under the oceans, there's so many other creations that we haven't even seen. That's what Allah says, يَخْلُقُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ. Allah creates whatever He wants. Whatever He wants, right? If you watch those Animal Planet and Discovery and all these things, you will see when they go deep down in the ocean and there's new creatures that you see, you will be ajib and astonished every single time they find this new creature and just looks weirder and weirder, right? So Allah has created all of that with His hikmah and His wisdom. Allahu yakhluqu Allahu ma yasha. Allah creates whatever He wants. Sometimes people speculate whether aliens can exist or not. We don't have any dalil like that in the Quran. But all we know, Allah creates whatever He wants. وَيَخْلُقُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. And He has created that which you don't know, you have no idea about. Maybe 50 years ago, they had no idea what was under the ocean, and now they're finding out. 50 years from now, they might find out in a nearby galaxy. God knows, So anyhow, Allah creates whatever He wants. And Allah ala kulli shayin qadir. What you have to believe is that Allah has power over all things, right? Allah has power over all things. He is qadir, powerful over all things. لَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا آيَاتٍ مُبَيِّنَاتٍ. We have revealed and brought down clear signs and clear verses. These are clear signs in front of your eyes, right? You can either accept or reject. وَاللَّهُ يَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ إِلَىٰ صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. But the truth of the matter is that Allah guides whoever He wants to the straight path. You can bring the most obvious sign to in front of a person's eyes, But if that heart is closed and khatam Allahu ala qulubihim, if there's khatam and a seal on that heart, they will not accept, no matter how clear and obvious that sign becomes. Allah says, we have given them, we have brought down clear verses and clear signs. Ayat can mean a sign or it can mean a verse. If it means verses, then Allah Azza wa Jal has revealed many verses. In them, He has made clear for us what is halal and what is haram. He has taught the Prophet ﷺ how to judge between wrong and right. So that is why the munafiqun, they also used to hear the Quran and the verses that was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. And so whenever the Quran and the verses used to go with their wishes, with their wants and desires, they used to come to the Prophet ﷺ, yes, we'll follow you, we'll obey you. Whenever used to go against their wishes and desires, they used to just stay away. This is one of the signs of the munafiqun of the time. So what did they do? There's actually a munafiq named Bishr, and he got into an argument with a person from the Jewish community. And so the munafiq, the Bishr guy, he knew that he was wrong. So the Jewish guy, he told Bishr that let's go to Muhammad ﷺ, and he will judge between us. So Bishr, he knew that he was doing wrong, and he knew the verse that was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. So he said, no, let's not go to him. Let's go to your leader, Ka'b ibn al-Ashraf. Let's go to your leader, and let's see what he says. Because he knows if he goes to Muhammad ﷺ, he's going to be wrong, there's no out for him. So وَيَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ بِالرَّسُولِ. They say, some of them say, آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ بِالرَّسُولِ. We believe in Allah and His Rasul. وَأَطَعْنَا, and we also obeyed. But then, ثُمَّ يَتَوَلَّى, then some of them turn away, فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ, a group amongst them, مِنْ بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ, after that. Because whenever they see that it's not going according to their wishes, they turn away. No, we can't do this. Right? وَمَا أُولَٰئِكَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and they are not the true believers. Right? أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضِ. You believe in some of the book and you do kufr on some of the book. You follow it whenever it goes into desire. So وَإِذَا دُعُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, when they are called to Allah and His Rasul, لِيَحْكُمَ بَيْنَهُمْ, so that Allah and His Rasul can make a hukum, a verdict between them, judge between them, then what happens? إِذَا فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ, then a group among them, they turn away. Talking about this Bishr guy, there's a lot more people like him too. They turn away. But وَإِن يَكُنْ لَهُمُ الْحَقِّ, but if they know truth is with them, meaning they are right, and if they go to the Prophet ﷺ, he will rule for them, يَأْتُوا إِلَيْهِ مُذْعِينَ, they come to him مُذْعِينَ, very obedient, very, very obedient. There's different levels of obedience, right? For a father to go to his children, he might have to scream at them in order for them to obey them. Or have to push them, you have to scream at them, or yell at them, or just tell them. Sometimes you don't even have to tell them. You just give ishara, go and pray. Or like, you just look at the clock and he will understand. Like different levels of obedience. So they come to you with that type of obedience. Only when they see that they're going to win and the truth is for them. Right? يَأْتُوا إِلَيْهِ مُذْعِينَ. So Allah asks, أَفِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٍ, is there some sickness in their heart? أَمْ يَرْتَابُوا, or their heart is full of raib and shak and doubt? أَمْ يَخَافُونَ, or are they scared أَن يَحِيفَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ وَرَسُولُهُ, or are they scared that Allah and His Rasul will be unjust to them, will be biased towards someone else, and will wrong them? That cannot happen, right? بَلْ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. Allah and His Rasul is not zalim by being biased towards a certain party, but أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. It is them who are the zalimun, the oppressors. إِنَّمَا كَانَ قَوْلَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. What happened about, now we talked about the munafiqeen. How about the believers? What happens when they are called to Allah and His Rasul? إِذَا دُعُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, when they're called to Allah and His Rasul, لِيَحْكُمَ بَيْنَهُمْ, so that they can do a hukum between them. What do they say? Whether it's going for them or against them, they say what? أَن يَقُولُوا سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. They say that we have heard and we have obeyed. No matter what that punishment is or what the result is, we have heard and we have obeyed. Only two things, right? Heard and obeyed. There's nothing in between. Let me hear, let me process, let me think about it, let me judge, let me draw some conclusions, and then obey. No. Heard and obeyed. Finish. There's nothing in between. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, and they are the successful ones. They are the successful ones. When there's no delay between them hearing and their obedience, there's nothing in between. They are the true successful ones. وَمَن يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, and whoever obeys Allah and His Prophet, وَيَخْشَى اللَّهَ, and he has fears Allah regards to the previous sins he has committed in his life. وَيَخْشَى اللَّهَ وَيَتَّقْهِ, and he has taqwa of Allah in regards to the future time he has left in this world. So he obeys Allah in Allah's commands, and he obeys the Prophet in regards to following his sunnah, and he has fear for the past, and he also has taqwa for the future. فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَائِزُونَ, then they are the true attainers, true successful ones, right? This is the formula for success in this world and the akhirah. Obey Allah, obey His Rasul, ask forgiveness for your past, and be careful about the future, right? It is narrated that one Romanian villager came to Umar radiallahu anhu and he took shahada. So Umar radiallahu anhu asked, why do you take shahada? Is there any reason, something influenced you, motivated you? He said, yes. I read all of the books from before, the Torah and the Zabur and the Injil, and I read the Quran, and in one verse everything was summarized from all of those previous books. He said, what was that verse? He said, this is the verse. Whoever obeys Allah, follows His Prophet, fears the past and the future, then he is from the Faizun. He says, well, because of this verse, I believe it's from Allah Azza wa Jal, and that's why he has accepted Islam. So this is a very comprehensive and verse that includes the secret of success in this life and the hereafter. So going back to the munafiqun, right? When the Prophet ﷺ, whenever he had to go out on an expedition or a battle, he made an open general i'lan that we're going here, or actually he never used to disclose the destination where he's going. This is a war tactic. You don't tell people where you're going until you get there. Except for the Battle of Tabuk, because in that battle it was so difficult. We were facing a great army and there was a lot of need for everybody to come. So that's why he disclosed the destination at that time. So he used to tell everyone openly, let's go, we have to go, and let's go. There's nothing else. He doesn't have time to go to every single person's house, knock, and give you personal invitation. It's an open invitation. So this munafiqun, they used to stay back. Whenever the battle used to come, they used to stay back, right? Because who wants to put their life on the line? If you're honest about what you say and believe, then you will put your life on the line. So these guys, they used to stay back. So when the Prophet used to ask them what happened, how come you didn't go? وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ, they used to take qasam, not just regular qasam like I swear to God or something like that. جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ, very seriously, very sincerely. They will look like they're very sincere people, and they will take oath. And they will do whatever they have to do to convince you that they're honest and sincere about their oath. لَإِنْ أَمَرْتَهُمْ, if you commanded them, لَيَخْرُجُونَ, they would have gone out with you. And if you went to them personally, you told them, only then they would have gone. So their excuse is what? You didn't come to us, you didn't tell us, we didn't get the message, you guys left, that's why we stayed back. So Allah says, قُلْ لَا تُقْسِمُوا, don't take swear. طَاعَةٌ مَعْرُوفَةٌ, it's already known what you would have done. Or the other meaning is, it was already known, it was what is expected from you. Everyone knew, they went, so what? Somebody's come to you specially and personally will tell you? طَاعَةٌ مَعْرُوفَةٌ, إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. No need for your qasam. Allah knows, Allah is khabir, all aware of that you do and what you were going to do as well. قُلْ أَطِيعُ اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُ الرَّسُولَ, tell them, obey Allah and obey the Prophet. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا, if you turn away, فَإِنَّمَا عَلَيْهِ مَا حُمِّلَ وَعَلَيْكُمْ مَا حُمِّلْتُمْ. If you turn away, then don't worry. The Prophet ﷺ, his responsibility was to give you the message, so he will be asked about that. And your responsibility was to accept the message, and you will be asked about that. وَإِن تُطِيعُوهُ تَهْتَدُوا, but if you obey him, تَهْتَدُوا, you will be guided. That's better for you, right? Allah Azza wa Jal, He says you can do whatever you want, but out of His own mercy and fadl, He's telling you, if you obey, it's better for you, right? وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ, and there's nothing upon the Prophet except balagh al-mubin, clear conveyance. He just has to tell you. No one can force you to do anything. The next verse, when the Prophet ﷺ in Mecca, he was being persecuted, all of the Muhajirun and the Sahaba, they're persecuted the whole 10 years. And then when they went to Medina, in Medina, they were also afraid all the time. Someone's going to come attack them. Badr happened, Uhud happened, Khaybar. So many battles after battles. They were always scared and on their feet and always prepared to go and fight in the path of Allah. So someone asked, Ya Rasulullah, when will peace and stability come to the believers? So then Allah Azza wa Jalla revealed this verse where Allah says, وَعَدَ اللَّهِ, Allah has given wa'ada and a promise, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ, those who have brought iman from amongst you, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and they have done good. What is the promise? لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, He will make them the successors. He will make them the authority on earth. He will make them the Khalifa on earth. كَمَا اسْتَخْلَفَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ, just like He has done so before. He will give them authority over the earth. وَلَيُمَكِّنَنَّ لَهُمْ دِينَهُمُ الَّذِي ارْتَضَىٰ لَهُمْ, and He will solidify and strengthen their deen which He was pleased with and He preferred for them. وَلَيُبَدِّلَنَّهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ خَوْفِهِمْ أَمْنًا, and He will substitute, He will change khawf, which is fear, with aman, with safety and security. And this happened in the lifetime of the Prophet ﷺ. He conquered Makkah, He conquered Bahrain, Yemen, so the whole entire Arabian Peninsula almost came under the command of the Prophet ﷺ. So peace and tranquility and safety came even in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. And after that, Allah said, لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ, He will make them the Khalifa on earth. After that, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Umar, Uthman, Ali, all of them came. And during the time of Uthman radiallahu anhu, the Khilafah went as far as Western Africa. It reached that much, right? So, and one hadith of Prophet ﷺ said the Khilafah would last 30 years. And it so happened, we know a lot of history after that, the Khilafah did come down. But the verse did come and say that whoever believes and whoever does good deeds, Allah will give them Khilafah, and that did happen, right? In the time of the Prophet ﷺ. يَعْبُدُونَنِي لَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِي شَيْئًا. The reason is because they they worship me alone, وَلَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِي شَيْئًا, and they don't do any shirk with me. Or it can mean that when that Khilafah does come, when you do have the Islamic State, they will be worshipping Allah alone and not associating partners with Him. And then Allah says, وَمَنْ كَفَرَ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. Whoever does kufr after that, after Allah has given you Khilafah and you guys are the leaders of the earth and you have control over everyone that lives there, before you might have had some sort of hesitation, like we are being attacked and we are scared and we are afraid, right? But after Allah has given you authority and made you the leader, gave you power, what excuse do you have? What are you scared of? Then you have to go back to kufr. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ, whoever does kufr after that, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ, then they're clear fasiqs, open sinners, right? They just don't have any excuse left whatsoever at all. وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ. So, some people, right, what happens is that after Allah Azza wa Jal gives them prosperity and tranquility and peace and security, they forget about Allah Azza wa Jal, right? One of the main reasons why people become atheists is when there's a lot of income coming in. Money is coming in all the time. They have good, big fortune, a lot of money. That's one of the reasons why people become atheists, because they feel like there's no need for God. They have money, they can get whatever they want. They have power, they have blessing, right? Similarly, if Allah gives you Khilafah, you guys become the authority in land, some may forget Allah Azza wa Jal and do kufr. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ. So remember, if you do that, so don't forget Allah when Allah gives you ni'mah and blessings, right? What should you do? Continue وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ. Continue to pray. وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةِ. Continue to give zakah. Right, during the time of Abu Bakr, the first Khalifa, what happened? What's one of the first fitna that took place? Some people started rejecting zakah. And they said, no, this was only in the time of the Prophet. Right now it's different. We don't have to give zakah, right? So Allah says, no. Continue praying, continue giving zakah. وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ, and of course continue obeying Allah, the Prophet لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ, so that you may have mercy. You may have mercy in this dunya and in the akhirah. Right? Mercy, peace, tranquility, all of that belongs and only when you obey Allah and His Rasul. And those who do kufr, right? Those who have blessings, they have money, they have wealth, they have power. Don't think that those people who do kufr, they are mu'jizina fil ard, that they are weakening Allah, they're escaping Allah, they're deceiving Allah, they're tricking Allah. Don't think that. Because their place, their abode, their return is an-nar, which is the fire. And how evil is that place, destination. One person, they say that someone robbed something from him, and he came out the house chasing the robber, and the robber was going this way. So instead of going this way, he's going that way. So people asked him, why are you going this way? He said, I'm going to the qabristan, the graveyard. He said, why are you going there? He said, no matter what happens, when he dies, he's going to come there, so I'm waiting for him there. So don't think of the kuffar, they're deceiving Allah. مَأْوَاهُمُ النَّارِ. Their destination is the fire. وَلَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ. And how evil is that destination, how that place. Okay, so remember before this topic came up in this verse, in this surah, Allah Azza wa Jal was instructing us about our daily lives, right? Privacy, and before you enter a house, lock in that house, all of those things. So we come back to that topic. Sometimes you do have to go out of topic. It's not really out of topic, just a subtopic, and then you come back. Because when somebody's talking about one topic and one thing, you get bored of it after some time, right? Even when somebody's telling you a story, when it's so long, you get bored, right? Sometimes you want to hear something else, and then you come back to it, right? It does happen too. Sometimes when I'm talking about something with my friends, sometimes they'll just interrupt, and talk about something else, and then talk about this, because it's just one thing that you're... So it's a subtopic, and you just come back to the main topic. The main topic was about adultery, how it took place, and how you can avoid adultery by giving people privacy, not looking into people's homes. So that was for outsiders. When outsiders come to someone's house, what should they do? What should knock before? This one is about people who are in your house. People who are already in your house. So Allah says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لِيَسْتَأْذِنكُمُ الَّذِينَ مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ. All you who believe, those who are under you, those who your right hand possesses, meaning your servants, your maids, they should يَسْتَأْذِنكُم. They should ask for idhin, for permission, when they come in your bedroom, basically. Right? وَالَّذِينَ لَمْ يَبْلُغُوا الْحُلُمَ مِنكُمْ. And those who are not mature yet, the young children. So the servants and the young children. Later on we'll talk about elderly people who are in the house. Right now, just those who are servants and the young children who are not baligh yet. How many times should they ask you for permission? How many different times of the day? Allah said, ثلاث مرات, 3 times. What are those 3 times? من قبل صلاة الفجر. Before the Salat al-Fajr. At that time people are sleeping. Even if it's a little kid, or even if it's your maid, they should still knock and they should still ask for permission before they come into your room. وَحِينَ تَضَعُونَ ثِيَابَكُم مِّنَ الظَّهِيرَةِ. And when you put your clothes away after Salat al-Dhuhr. And at the time when the Quran was revealed in the place, after Dhuhr they used to take nap and take rest. Even nowadays, if you go to any of those hot places, Dubai or Qatar or Saudi, they take rest after Dhuhr because it's so hot at that time. People end up sleeping at that time and they stay up late at night to get work done at nighttime. So that was almost like nighttime, they're going to sleep. So privacy time is before Fajr and after Dhuhr, when people are going to sleep, right? And that's why Musa alayhi salam, Allah says, وَدَخَلَ الْمَدِينَةَ عَلَى حِينِ غَفْلَةٍ. He entered Medina when everybody was ghafla, unaware, meaning after Zuhr, people were sleeping. So after Zuhr is known to be this dormant time, people go to sleep and take rest. So before Fajr, obviously at night time, and after Dhuhr, وَمِن بَعْدِ صَلَاةِ الْعِشَاءِ, and after Salat al-Isha. Those are the 3 times. Even if they're small children, even if they're your servant or butler, whatever it is, they should still ask for permission. Other than that, ثَلَاثَ عَوْرَاتٍ لَكُمْ, 3 private time for you. Privacy is very important. لَيْسَ عَلَيْكُمْ وَلَا عَلَيْهِمْ جُنَاحٌ بَعْدَهُنْ. After that, after those 3 times, there's no problem for you or for them. طَوَّافُونَ عَلَيْكُمْ بَعْدُكُمْ عَلَى بَعْدٍ. Tawaf means what? Keep going around, right? Tawafun, they're gonna keep walking around in the house. Not always they're gonna come and knock every single time, right? But only those 3 times. Other than that, that's fine. طَوَّافُونَ عَلَيْكُمْ بَعْضُكُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمُ الْآيَاتِ. Like that, Allah clarifies His verses for you. Allahu Alimun Hakim. Allah is Alim, all-knowing, and Hakim, all-wise, in the instructions and the advices and the admonitions He gives to you. And then one more verse in the same topic is وَإِذَا بَلَغَ الْأَطْفَالُ مِنْكُمُ الْحُلُمْ. And when the atfal, the children, يَبْلُغُ الْحُلُمْ, when they become baligh, when they become mature, then فَلْيَسْتَأْذِنُوا, then they should always ask for permission before. كَمَا اسْتَأْذَنَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ, just like people before them had asked. And they should always ask before they come, when they have grown up and they're mature. كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ. Like that, Allah clarifies His verses for you. Allahu Alimun Hakim. Allah is all-wise and Allah is all-knowing. Inshallah, next week we will finish Surah An-Nur. Just 2 pages left. It's a similar topic where, again, the topic of hijab and who are excluded and who are the exceptions when it comes to hijab, right? lenient about the verses of hijab, right? It's not so strict. Some people, it's lenient, it's flexible. They don't have to do a complete hijab. We'll do that next week, inshallah, and we'll try to finish the surah, just a little bit left, inshallah. Is there any questions or comments? Otherwise, jazakumullah khairan. Allah Azza wa Jalla, all of you are sitting and taking your time. Inshallah, we'll meet next week if Allah Azza wa Jalla gives us all life. Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika.